So you're the first one to arrive to work every morning and you're the last to leave at night. And yet you find yourself stuck in the same old job year after year, wondering why even after delivering high quality results consistently and even more importantly on time, you can't get ahead. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why you're not getting promoted and what to do about it. Are you ready? Let's do this. Okay, so I'm on vacation in the Caribbean, and while I was recording the introduction to this video, I felt shaking. I literally thought my body was shaking and I needed to rest, but it was a minor earthquake, so we will see if we get through this video and the 5 tips. Anyway, this is Keisha, your career and business confidence coach, equipping you to win by owning your inherent brilliance, eliminating your shrinking tendencies so that you will dominate in your field or industry. Click on the subscribe button below and you will be notified of when I upload my weekly Wednesday videos. So reason number 1 why you're not getting promoted is because you have a visibility issue, meaning that the right people don't know how great you are. Look, this is usually the playbook for people who are super naive about getting promoted. The first thing they start to do is buckle down and do more of what they know to do. And most people just know that they need to take on more projects, they need to work harder, they need to stay longer, they need to deliver quicker results faster. But the definition of insanity, you know what it is. It's to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. The reality is that we have to take a step back and look at the strategies that we're using and decide based on the outcomes and the results whether or not those strategies are effective. It is not about working harder or faster or spending longer hours at work. It really is about how we are utilizing our time to build our network and getting in front of actual decision makers. We spend a lot of time talking to our friends and sometimes even our bosses. And sometimes not even our bosses are the ones that are making the decision. Maybe you're just working for a middle manager, a supervisor, and while they are pretty good in getting in a good word for you, they're not actually the decision maker. And so what you need to do is get to work on projects or on cross-functional events where you're getting in front of decision makers and they will actually know how great you are. I have a great blog post that talks about the role of coaches, mentors, and sponsors in getting you a promotion, and I will link it below. The one thing I will add before I go on to the second point is that a lot of times we overemphasize on mentors and coaches, and while those are good, the really powerful people are those who are sponsors, meaning they have social capital. They are the decision makers, and if you get in front of them, they can use their power and their social capital to open doors for you that you cannot open for yourself. So it's not just about networking and working hard to get to the top, but it is around networking to get promoted. So networking with the right people and ensuring that you're utilizing a very powerful strategy. Tip number 2 is related to number 1, and it is that you're too busy being a worker bee and not taking a step back to be a strategic thought leader. Someone who puts their head down and executes and gets the work done will build a brand as an executor. And that is great if you're at the beginning of your career and you're an analyst and you just want to be seen as someone who's going to get the work done and on time. That is the groundwork. That is what's going to help you to keep your job, but it's not what's going to help you to get promoted. Leaders are people who are visionaries, who are able to take a step back and understand the why behind what they're doing. They are able to understand what the industry's trends are. They're able to know the decision makers and they're able to be game changing. They're able to build strategic relationships. The problem is that when we are focusing just on execution and being a perfectionist around our execution rather than adopting the 80-20 rule, we're really busy dotting our I's and crossing our teeth, T's, not teeth, dotting our I's and crossing our T's, and we're not taking a step back to be strategic. And so we will be pigeonholed into an analyst position and not viewed as a leader who's able to ascend to the next level. Tip number 3 is over-relying on your hard skills and overlooking soft skills. Skills such as executive communication. How are you able to communicate with executives that you need to get on your side because they are the decision makers? Are you clear, concise, direct in your communication? Are you confident in how you come across? Another thing is selling your work and influencing as well. We stay inside of our comfort zone sometimes by over-relying on building our expertise and what we know rather than stretching ourselves. And these are the very things that are needed to get you from point A to point B to get that promotion. And talking about communication, I have developed a one-page cheat sheet to help you power up your communication at work and help you get the respect, credibility, influence, and results that you deserve. It is our Savvy Communications Guide. Click on the link in the descriptions below and you'll be able to get your free copy. Tip number 4 is you do not know how great you are. As opposed to what I spoke about first in tip number 1, the right people do not know how great you are. We ourselves sometimes don't know the value that we bring, the results that we bring, the impact, the positive impact that we have in an organization. And that lack of self-confidence or a struggle with self-doubt causes us to believe that we're never good enough, and that no matter what we do, no matter how much we build our expertise, no matter how much we learn, no matter how much experience we have, we never feel like we quite arrived. In this channel, I speak a lot about self-doubt. So I'm gonna link below to some of our most popular videos on how to overcome self-doubt, because self-confidence, believing yourself, believing in the value you bring is one of the most powerful attributes that high-performing people have that eventually get promoted. Tip number 5, you are not getting any help. I talked about early in this video the importance of mentors, sponsors, and coaches. Specifically in this point, I'm going to talk about mentors and coaches. You see, the day of the Lone Ranger is over. The day of, oh, I could do bad all by myself, I don't need any help, is over, because there are strategies that we have been using or we think we should be using that are completely ineffective. And we really need to reach out to people that have crossed the path that we are actually going down right now that will help us to accelerate, to move through faster, to get the results that we want to get to faster. But we try to put our head down, we try to do it by ourselves, and we fail over and over again. Maybe we don't only need a new strategy, but maybe we need accountability. Maybe we need an advocate to help us to get promoted. No longer is it possible to try to do things effectively and to do it on our own. I know I thought that early in my career that my high quality work would speak for itself, but how can it speak for itself when no one was listening? And I remember I applied for an amazing job that I wanted to get. The first time I applied for it, I was completely ignored. I never got any call back because I thought, based on my experience, based on the fact that I was already working for the company, they would automatically hire me. A few years later, I applied for the same role, and 3 different managers, 3 different executives called the hiring manager and told them, Keisha is an amazing candidate, you need to hire her. And you want to know what happened? I didn't even have to interview for the position. I was brought in and I immediately started, and it was one of the best positions I ever had. But I had to change my mindset. I had to call out to mentors, coaches, and sponsors to help me to get to this role. So don't try to do it all by yourself. Really, we need a community of people to help us get there. But as usual, I want to know which one of these 5 tips resonated the most with you. And talking about community, on February 29th, I will be starting our 21-day Courageous Women Challenge, which is absolutely free. So click on the link in the bio to learn more. We would love to have you. Okay, I got through the video safely. No more earthquakes, no more tremor, on my vacation in Jamaica. So gonna enjoy the rest of my couple of weeks here. But don't forget, you are not meant to shrink down lower. So rise up and own your power. Have a great week.